Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. So in this video, we'll be looking into the form validation inside of JavaScript. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away. So in this video, we'll be exploring about the form validation inside of JavaScript. Okay. So inside my VS Code, I've opened up my index.html file and my style.css file as well as my script.js file. So there is some basic boilerplate code present inside my index file, as you can see. And inside my style.css file, there is some basic styling given over here. And inside my script file there is some basic console.log message. Okay, so now let's start exploring about the form validation inside of JavaScript. So firstly, let us design our form inside our index.html. Okay, so after the h2 tag, let's say we initialize a form tag, and firstly let's give a name to this. Let's keep it as form. Okay, so method is gonna be post and action. So currently we will be not looking into the action part of it. Okay, so let's say action.php, something like that. And so we'll be looking mainly into the form validation part. Okay, so after that we have is, let's say, a on submit thing. Okay, so here we're going to return a function, basically a validate form function that we're going to define inside our script.js. Okay, so this is going to be validate form like this. Okay, so now what we do is we're gonna write our first input field, that is our name tag. So name, it's gonna be input. So the type is gonna be of not button, it's gonna be of text. Come on, text. And after that we have is basically the name. So the name is gonna be input or name itself. Okay, so after this we have is the next input field. So basically we're going to ask the password, so we're going to say password. So here we're going to say again input. Okay, so over here we're going to initialize basically the type of password, and after that we're going to give a name to this input field. So we're going to say name, and it's going to be password as such. Okay, so we have initialized our two input fields with the help of the input tag, that is the name and password. So after this we have is the button that's going to come to register, right? So we're going to say input. Okay, so type is going to be submit. Okay, so value is going to be basically register. Okay, so I think we have initialized the button as well. So now let's check out our web page, how exactly it's looking. Yeah, so basically we have two input fields on our web page, that is basically the name and the password. Okay, and we have the button to register. Okay, so as I told, we'll be looking only into the validation part of the form. So let's look into that. Okay, so firstly let's initialize our function inside our script.js over here, right? So let's remove this text that's not required. So we're going to write function, and let's copy the correct spelling of the function over here, that's validate form. So let's just copy that out and come over here. So we're going to say function validate form. So first step is to access the state, that is whatever the user is typing inside of the input field, right? So based on that we can just give the validate form method, right? So we're going to say var name equals to, we're going to say document dot, basically it's going to be of course the form name. So it's going to be form dot in, not forms, form dot, we're going to go into the name, that is over here, name. Okay, dot value. Okay, so similarly we're going to make we're going to access the state for the password as well. So that is whatever the user is typing inside of the password input field. So it's going to be document dot form dot password. I think that's the name given to the password field. Okay, yeah, name is password and name is password. We are going to say password dot value. Okay, so that's the way we access basically the name and password state, that is whatever the user types in these two input fields. Okay, so based on whatever is there over here, we are going to validate the form and give, let's say, a alert box for now. So we're going to say if our name equals to not num, if our name equals to, let's say, null, that is empty, or our name equals to just a empty string like this. So in that case, we're going to give a window.alert message. So we're going to say window.alert. Okay, so we're going to say please enter a name. Okay, so this is the message we are giving, and after that we're going to say return false. Okay, else, if this is now the condition, we're going to say if the password okay, if password.length is less than 6. In this case also we're going to give a alert message. Okay, we are going to say window.alert. We're going to say password length, password, yeah, must be at least 6 characters. Okay, so that's the message for this, and we're going to say return false again. Okay, so we're again going to say else if the password, I don't think that is required, right? I think only this much is enough. I thought of even checking the password currently, I mean separately as the name, because this itself is going to work, because the length is of course going to be 6 if in case it is null, right? So yeah, now let's come back over here. So let's say after we press on the register button, we just show a alert message which says successfully registered, right? So currently we're just doing the validation part, not storing the users as well. I mean storing the data, whatever the user types inside of the input box. So basically we're going to say over here, what did I say? Yeah, so we're going to say successfully registered. Okay, so let us save the file. Hopefully let's see, everything should work correctly. Okay, so currently let me press on any of the name that is present. Okay, we're going to say John Doe. Okay, so now for the password field, let me enter more than 6 characters. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and if I press on the register button, yeah, so as you can see, we are getting successfully registered. Okay, so let's open up a new page and let's paste it over, and let's try again. That is basically the form validation part. Okay, so firstly I'm going to write in my name, so let's say any random name, and after that I'm just going to press on the register button without writing the password. So let's see if it gives me a alert box. Yes, it's working fine. So it says password must be at least of 6 characters. Okay, so let's say I press 1 2 3 4 4, I mean what did I press? Let's say 1 2 3 4. Okay, just 4 characters of password, and then if I press on the register button, basically it should again give me that. Okay, so now what I do is I write all the password characters up to 10, and I just leave the namespace, I mean the name input, as blank value. Okay, so it should give me the first window alert which says name cannot be blank. Okay, or please enter a name. Yeah, so the validation part is working absolutely fine. So that's the way this everything works. Okay, so let me enter the complete name. So let's say John Doe. Yeah, so currently we have not done this part, that is the action part, that is the storing, is like whatever happens after we press on the register button. Okay, so we can perform any action that is required to store the user data into some database or something like that. So we have just done the validation part, to be honest. Okay, so by making use of this validate form, so basically we are checking that the name cannot be null or the password cannot be null, as well as the password should be of at least let's say 6 characters. Okay, so in that case itself we are sending this message, that is the window.alert message which says successfully registered. Okay, so let's try that out once more. So let's pretty much copy this again and open up it in a new web page over here. So let's say I enter a name. Okay, and for the password, let's give a random password of more than, let's say, 6 characters. Okay, so let's press on register. Yeah, so you can see the message which says successfully registered. Okay, so I think that's it about the basics of the form validation part inside of JavaScript. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it about this video. So let's see you in the next video, and then thank you for watching.